Some amazing facts about honey, honeybees, and beekeepers. People like Fred who keep bees so they can collect and eat their honey are called beekeepers or apiarists. Fred's story is inspired by two Brooklyn, New York apiarists, one of whom has been beekeeping in his Fort Greene neighborhood since 2001. Beekeepers take care of groups of honeybees called colonies. Each colony lives in its own bee house called a hive. Some hives are gentle, some are cranky, some make lots of honey, some make less. Each hive has one queen whose only job is to lay eggs, up to 1,500 a day. Fred names his bees after queens from history and folklore. Nefertiti was the wife of the Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaten. Mab is the fairy queen of Celtic Levant, and Boadicea was the real Celtic queen who led a rebellion against the soldiers of the Roman Empire. Each hive has several hundred male drones whose only job is to mate with the queen. The rest of the bees in the colony are female workers, and they are all sisters. In summer, when the colony is foraging, there can be as many as 60,000 workers in a hive. In winter, as few as 10,000. In their first phases of life, they feed the queen and the brood, eggs, larvae, pupa. These are all stages of baby beehood. They build 6-sided wax rooms or cells on wooden frames that the beekeeper places inside the hive, which hold nectar, pollen, and honey. This is called a honeycomb. The workers also keep the hive clean and perform many other tasks. When they are about 14 days old, they fly out to forage for flower nectar. When the bee finds a plentiful crop of flowers, she tells the other bees about it with a waggle dance. This shows how far from the hive and what direction in relation to the sun the flowers lie. In one day, a honeybee may travel 8 miles and visit 1,000 flowers, and still, in her lifetime of about 12 weeks, she will collect about enough nectar to make only 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey. In late summer or early autumn, the honeycomb is full of honey and ready for harvest. Beekeepers burn kindling like pine needles and puff the smoke into the hive. This makes the bees think there is a fire, and they scramble to eat as much honey as they can to prepare for their escape. They are too busy to care what the beekeeper is doing. The beekeeper takes honey only from the top, super, or level of the hive. The honeycomb in the lower supers he leaves for the bees. The honey there is their food for the winter. The beekeeper removes the honey from the honeycomb with a spinning machine called an extractor and pours it into jars for us to enjoy, maybe forever. Traces of still edible honey have been found in the tombs of Egyptian pharaohs. By the end of October, most of the bees have left the hive to die. The queen, who has a lifespan of about 3 years, and workers born in autumn live out the winter huddled close on top of the honeycomb for warmth. They move from one honey-filled segment to the next, eating and resting, and, if bees can dream, dreaming of a brand new